So what I have is a series of clips. And what I did was, well, I should start over and just introduce myself. If you're new, my name is Reverend Donna Seraphina. I'm a spiritualist reverend and a psychic medium. I'm very interested in crime and true crime. I have a background in criminal justice, and regardless of what side of politics you are on, what occurred with that shooting was a crime. And it is my belief after my reading that it is a crime of extreme proportions, far more than any of the pundits knows about this. And I'll just say, should I play it first? I'll play it first and then I'll talk about it. Okay, so here's clip 1.
I'm seeing a busy street. I don't know if there's one near there. I'm specifically seeing a McDonald's on that busy street. The street has so many businesses. There's so many signs that are like out by the street that it's would be hard to even read anything. But the McDonald's one sticks out. Okay, so I'm seeing him in this super cheap hotel room near this McDonald's. I'm looking at the McDonald's from the opposite side of the street, and I don't see any blocks or intersections between us and the McDonald's, but I'm up the street, so the McDonald's is up ahead on the right side, and I'm on the left side. There might be a hotel right there, and so there's a hotel room, and there is multiple men in there with this young man. The way I see them, they're showing them to me this way, obviously, symbolically, because they're dressed in black. Like men in black. They're dressed in black. Yeah, they have it kind of like a men in black look. So I think that there is, I think there's 3. Let me just get a little clearer into it. There is actually like maybe 4 or 5 other ones. And they're all men in black.
Okay, so that's the clip 1. So just to explain that, I looked on a map and I was like, okay, where's a McDonald's and a cheap hotel? Like the Easy 8, Western 8, you know, that level of cheapness. So how they want to say is, how they show me something doesn't mean that's exactly how it is. So how they showed me was, if I was looking up a busy street, right? Like a boulevard or a 4-lane street or something like that. And I'm at this, say, Easy 8 or Western 8 or whatever motel, cheap motel. And how they show me is the other side of the street is full of signs. So many signs, it just looks like signs, like sign. But they could have showed it to me, but they made one sign be illuminated or stand out to me, and that was the McDonald's sign. So how I interpret that is, they wanted me to see a cheap hotel near McDonald's. If I'm standing in front of that hotel, I'm about maybe a quarter block, because there was no cross streets between me and that McDonald's, right? So there's a McDonald's across the street. And if people are doing sleuthing, you could look for that and send it to me at my email. My email is right there, Reverend Donna Seraphina @gmail.com, okay? If you can find that. They had a meeting there, and I'm not saying they had it that day, but they had a meeting there, and that could actually be a key that could help unlock this case. That could help. Now, so how I see it is like thousands of signs, and then they make the McDonald's sign stand out. So I'm going, okay, they want me to notice the McDonald's signs. I don't know if it's literal that there's massive signs. You know, I'm thinking it's probably busy, but really it could just be that they wanted me to notice that McDonald's sign. I bleeped a bunch out, but I think you guys are smart enough to guess what's in the bleeps. And I did that for my own safety. And so, like, I'll say with this meeting in the hotel with the men in black, they didn't show me any of their faces. they showed me these people in dark suits, and then I'm like, oh, are you trying to show me like the Men in Black? And then they're like, yeah, the Men in Black, like, you know, in the movie, the Men in Black. And then, you know, so I'm seeing them, they're like standing around the room with a young man, I'm not even going to say what young man, but they're standing around the room with him. Okay. So I did not see their faces. And so just, you guys are smart enough about these. I have to bleep this out for my own safety. Okay, here we go with this building. Yeah, so that's never happened before. But anyways, here's the second clip. It's about a building.
So I see this building, and it has, you know, you'd have, is that a feeling, but then it's outside of the building a little bit in front and to the left, not the full left, but on the left hand half of this building, if there's another building off to look.
Question. Oh, okay. So that's the end of that one. So it's a certain government building they're showing me. You know, if anyone from Trump's detail wants to, he should trust nobody that he doesn't know. This next one is about a farmer kept coming in. And it's like, and I meditated a different time and a farmer was coming in. So hear about him, and he comes in a few times, and maybe he's not really a farmer. I don't know, but he keeps coming in. So hear this. This is the third clip. Please see if there is anything from local law enforcement or the Secret Service.
The farmer comes back in, and I'm seeing on the other side of that shed. It's really weird. I don't know why. It's like if you drew two small circles with a line between the two small circles. And I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that means, but I should just draw it down, and that might be a clue that I look for. The farmer, there's the farmer's pitchfork again. Oh, you know what those things look similar? You know how wrenches are with the two holes? I think it's called I don't know what the tool. It's not a wrench. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know the name of it. So there's something to do with all this to do with the farmer, and it's interesting that it comes up when I'm asking, oh, is there any local cops or Secret Service involved, which I should have asked one at a time. So this farmer comes in, right? So if someone was sleuthing and you know you can spot anything on the site about that, send it to me. The other thing is, I don't know the meaning of it. I cannot interpret, but they were trying to show me, like, you know, it's like this and then there's a circle at each end. What were they trying to show me? I don't know. If you have any ideas, you can put them in the comments again, or you could email me. So number 4, it's more about this farmer guy. The guy's running across the farm field. I swear to God, they just keep putting this farm thing in there. It's a farm guy. He wears khaki clothes. Okay, so I'm seeing him, and he's going shh, and then he wears khaki clothes. Okay. These will go pretty quick. So the handler. To me, it's a non-issue about, I mean, it is kind of an issue as, was this Crooks or was this that other guy? Because people on Twitter are arguing about, like, is that even Crooks on the roof? Because it looks like this other guy. So I just shared their tweets because I want to go back and look at him. But so you can go to my X account, which is the same name as this channel, and I've shared all these other ones. They're not from me. I didn't share them because, like, oh, I believe that too, or I don't know. And it's about this investigation is why I shared it. Okay, so here we go, the handler. So first, I think you all know what that means. The person who, you know, is responsible for the main grooming and manipulation of the patsy. Okay. Oh, a picture of him and the guy that, his handler. I see the guy. He's like tall. I think he's tall. He's taller than this guy anyways. He's taller than the 20-year-old. He looks like to be in his probably late 30s, early 40s. He's brunette hair, straight, has a little pepper, salt and pepper look. I mean, it's mostly dark, like brunette or black. Is there any military, but it has a little white in it.
So if you're going to look around Crooks or the other guy they say it is, look for someone that fits that description. So that's the handler. Now we get to the shot caller. It's like these could be like chapters in a mystery. Okay, like the shot caller, okay? Here we go. This has a lot of beeps for my own safety.
That decided to attempt to assassinate Donald Trump. Yeah, it's
Group have any military affiliation?
it's that head.
Are any of them actually in the military?
It's a
You know, the military-industrial complex, or people that benefit from wars. I'm going to stop right here and read this comment. This lady, Susan, is saying Yurik. So that's the guy's name that some people say that looks like Yurik on the roof. Now, maybe they were both there, but I agree. I think it looks like Yurik on the roof. I don't know. I'm not advocating that it is. I'm just saying. And Susan says Yurik and Crooks were members of the same gun club. So if you can investigate that and send me any information to my email, I'd appreciate it. So I'll go play this. I wish it was louder. If there's no reason why that other microphone shouldn't work, but here we go. I'm just talking about the military affiliation, but you know what? Go ahead, go into detail. I'm going to give you 5 minutes on that one.
The actual government that we think is a government doesn't actually run the country. So what I'm seeing is like, if you consider the White House a stage and then you went through the door and closed it, there's people behind there that are actually controlling everything. This is just for us to have this illusion that we've chosen our lot in life. Literally. So that we have the illusion we've chosen. I'm getting chillable. I'm like about that. So we have the illusion that we chose this. That whatever our circumstances are, the greater amount of people want this. Which isn't true. But that's to give us the illusion. That's how they control us. And so these people behind there, there's a group. There's not just even one. And it might be like 19 or... I don't know why I feel like saying 19. So they've convinced whoever this group is, they're like, they're top. Their war is their life and money on him. Look at his staff and who he associates and has meetings with. That's who's it.
That's pretty serious stuff, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to put, the next one, Manchurian Candidate.
Point of contact.
Is the shooter a Manchurian Candidate in that MKUltra programming or even just a friendship formed to make this loner feel welcome and to feel he had a greater cause than himself? Is he a Manchurian Candidate? Don't worry when you can't hear it. It's just the question. And can you give me any details about his programming?
So they put him in a class where they were teaching him stuff, or they led him to believe they were teaching him stuff. Because the classroom is dark, and I don't even know if he's the only one in it. But there's a teacher that's like, if they used to show you a slideshow, and then they had a pointer, they'd point at stuff. So they're showing him information.
Okay, so yes, he's a Manchurian Candidate. There's zero doubt about that. And so what I want to say, if you're just joining, I tried an experiment 4 years ago on a case I was working, the Lori Vallow case of her missing children. And I experimented I put the questions on an audio recorder and I gave myself some space, and then I went into trance where I'm like almost asleep and I allowed myself to answer the questions. And this is what I did here. So if you hear me talking quiet, it's the question. So don't worry too much. The answer is what's louder. So we got, yes, he's a Manchurian candidate. He was groomed. There's a shot caller. It's related to the military. There's some kind of guy involved on the fringe, and I don't know how he's involved, but he either poses as a farmer or something. And about that McDonald's and hotel. And then there was some building. And if there is anybody like who does real security for Trump or can get this message to him, I'll give you the original files. I need to also protect myself, which I did this reading over a week ago, and every day I'm sitting there going, I don't know, should I put it up? I don't know. So we got Satan yet? Okay, Manchurian candidate. Here's this one. I just labeled it Satan. Is anybody from or hired by any arm of just even a friend, but someone that they put up to doing this? Is this part of a coordinated plan? If any relationship to commercial?
I'm seeing Satan walking. It was weird, like in his claws he was holding all these corporations, and he's just like walking up this hallway with his big black wings and these I mean, I gotta draw this. I gotta make a video.
Yeah, I've never experienced this on a live stream, and like I said, I'm hardwired, so it's not even slow internet, and I have high-speed internet too. Okay, so here's motive. 9 and 10 are about motive. Here's number 9, motive.
In addition to this personal motive, what is the motive of the overall group? Specific motives and general motives? Yeah. Anything to do with motivations of anybody related to this? They put me back into that room with the military. It was like, you know, when you see in a movie some military intelligence briefing, it looks similar to that. And they put me back in that room as soon as we went to motive. The motive is military. They got a plan. The plan is they're not just going to risk the lives of the American people. The motive is they want to have a war. They want World War III. That's the plan. That's the motive.
Okay, so Trump says he's going to bye-bye. Okay, so anyways, so that's the motive. The motive is military. The motive, this is about who really runs the country and the military industrial complex, which you are infringing on because they want to have World War III. Okay, that's what's going on. Of course, they're gonna do whatever it takes. We may see the curtain come down where they step forward as who they really are. Okay, now I don't know why I was shown these waves. Somebody else might. Again, you can write me if you figure this out.
Where some waves hit a wall, and then there's that shape they make. Like if you were a little 5-year-old and you were going to draw waves, how you would draw them. For some reason, I'm seeing that shape now. I'm not sure the meaning of it, but just remember, we just...
Okay, so I don't know what that was about. It meant something, so if you know, you can write to me. And this is about the Bullseye signal. So I'm not sure, if you're not on X, you might not know that just several days before Trump was shot, whoever runs Biden's Twitter X page, which is not him anyway, put out a thing that says, we need to put Trump in the bullseye, right? And then so several days later, he was shot. This is how people who plan these big events, they don't call each other where it's going to be traceable, okay? They send out a signal. And that signal is that bullseye. I firmly believe that signal, the go-ahead, here's the go, was let's put Trump in the bullseye, okay? Now it's back to the hotel room, that original hotel room that's maybe a quarter block up from a McDonald's. Cheap hotel. Here it is again. Comes back in. This is in order that it appeared in there. How was this carried out? How were they? I don't know where that froze me, so I'll play this over. So, okay, so it goes back. This reading, all these clips are in order from the reading. And this clip, number 13, it's about the hotel room again where I saw the men in black. And it's up the street from McDonald's. It's a cheap hotel. So here's clip 13, back about, it goes, the reading, you know how a lot of these readings, sometimes they'll go back and cycle through, and they're trying to show like connections and things like that. So this is about that hotel room. How was this carried out? How were they able to carry this out at an event like this? Who exactly was involved in every step of the way? How did the ladder get there? How did the rifle get there? How did he walk through? How did he evade police even though they saw him acting weird, did nothing? How was this able to happen? Was there a stand down order? Were Secret Service, any Secret Service agents part of the conspiracy? On the law enforcement and Secret Service? And how was this able to go down? Can you just show me the sequence of events that really occurred, like how the ladder got there, how he got his rifle in there, or was the rifle hiding? Who helped him? Who gave it to him? Who told him the roof would be empty because he lived a couple hours south? So how did he know he could go up there? How far ahead was this planned, and by who? And who helped him that day? Who, if anybody, in law enforcement or Secret Service was part of this? And if not them, who else? Like employee, janitor, whatever. Who helped him?
The 5 men in the hotel room. It might be like the Easy Aid or Western Aid or whatever it's called. 5 men in the hotel room.
So the question, sorry it was so long, it's like I'm asking this long question, and the answer is the men in the hotel room. So that it's important. You want to solve this case, especially like get this to there. I think there's one senator that's just like going for broke on over there on X and putting up every bit of information they get. You find that hotel room with their cameras, question the workers, you'll find out, you'll have proof of a greater conspiracy. Okay, so then it goes to number 14, Secret Service complicity. In the sequence of events that day, there were failures. There was a failure of the police to listen to the crowd yelling that there was a man on the building. There was a failure of the police to listen to the red-haired man. There was a failure of communication when the police did climb the building, and he says the gunman pointed at him, and then he climbed down. Did he radio that to somebody? His supervisors? Did they know?
Whoever was in control of setting that entire security thing up that from the Secret Service needs to be fired. Fired.
And is it ineptitude?
They purposely set it up so that this could happen. I'm seeing the black car, similar black vehicles, so what they put him in. I'm seeing that type of vehicle. I'm seeing the person. I'm seeing one of the people. I should say they're highlighting. They're showing me the highlighting.
Okay, so there's no doubt this conspiracy goes all the way above the top and above the theater of even the White House. So you have to think about who's more powerful than those in the White House, and that's how high it goes. And it's about this whole agenda, and it's about military. It's completely related to the military. And that's why Trump would be making a big mistake to be doing. Oh, you know what? I didn't save the clip, but they were showing me a crane and they were showing me a lake. And I was like, are they showing me about a future attempt, like another attempt? And I wasn't sure, so I didn't put it. But then I'm thinking, well, they had a crane there that they held the flag. And it was near a lake maybe, but I don't know what that was about. I'll just say that. But they did show me. So if it comes up later, I mean, to me, it's a huge mistake for Trump to think this was a one-time thing. Because I think that they're going to do whatever they think they need to do what, even if it's pull back the curtain and like the Wizard of Oz, like who's really controlling this? We are in control. And they could do that by making events happen where they have to take control, right? But they were in control the whole time. There's more. I think this. I don't think I played this one yet.
Yeah. Look for the guy.
This is related to the Secret Service.
He's part of it. And whoever was set this up, they all need to be fired. Was there a compromised Secret Service agent that refused to give an order to shoot a civilian who had a rifle aimed at where the president was speaking? Come on, tell me. Show me who in the Secret Service, what happened here?
Those aren't bad words, they're names. They're names and descriptions. There's a limit to how much of this I can publicly say.
That was a planned assassination. They didn't plan it, but they are complicit. Where I'm seeing it going back to, surprisingly, is because I'm more leaning towards, in my mind, physical mind, towards relationships. But I don't know. At this point, I don't know that. And I got a little bit of spirit energy. So, is it more military?
This is a military assassination. Let me just put it that way. What are you doing, Rocky? There's two more. Oh, that was the end of it. That was quick. Okay, let's see. And then the last one is also about who's involved.
So I'm seeing the green tractor. I believe that might be related to a name. So when I look at that guy, then I have to look at...
So that was the farmer coming back in. Oh my God. There's so many things wrong. And all the people have pointed them out and made little clips and statements, which not who the farmer is, but I know he comes in. I know he's came in 3 times during that reading. I know for sure, like, oh, that's what I was saying. What I forgot what I was talking about earlier was in the reading I did on June 22nd. I thought he was an alien at first. I was going, I think this alien has a big apple head, but it goes down to a normal chin. Like, I think they were showing me that Crooks guy, because did you see his head is a really big apple head like that? So I guess I shouldn't just assume everyone's an alien that looks like that. But more importantly, in that reading 3 weeks before, I was comparing it to when Jack Ruby shot Oswald and the JFK thing, and I was saying it's all theater. This is happening under theater. So that was symbolic, right? So this whole thing, they're making it seem like this person's a patsy when it's really this big, huge military industrial conspiracy. And that is why Trump needs to be extremely careful until the election. He could not be more careful, because these people, I don't have to think about that. What I wanted to do was share with you this. It's taken me a week to just build up the courage to do it. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to beep out every name so that'll hopefully prevent direct flack back or whatever. But this is related to the military. So if you think the military wants something enough to shoot somebody, no matter who they are and how much you like them, shoot somebody running for president. If our own U.S. military our own government agencies, our own 3-letter agencies, our own Secret Service would take part in a conspiracy to murder somebody, likely have done those events. So don't turn your power over to anybody. That's what I'm just going to leave you with that today. And I tell you guys, I love you guys. Bye.